Good morning, everyone. I'm doing the devotional on Choose Life this week, and I've chosen a talk that was from last weekend that really spoke to me, which was called Pulling Out or Finishing Strong. And the scripture was from Paul's second letter to Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 7, which said this: I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. And the devotional talked about a marathon runner who was running in the Olympics for his country, Tanzania, when towards the end he sustained a really bad injury, which meant that by the time he entered the stadium, it was about an hour after most people had finished. The crowd soon realised what had happened and were cheering him on as he painfully limped towards the finish line. Afterwards, he was interviewed and asked why he didn't just give up, given how far behind he was. But he said that his country hadn't sent him just to start the race, but had sent him there to finish it. We too have a race to run. God has called us. And I guess it's important to think, what is the race that we are running? What are the things that God has called us to do? Do we have vision for our lives? Do we have goals? Do we have things that we know God has put on our heart to do? And are we being purposeful about them? This morning I was swimming before work and a girl got into my lane who I frequently see, and I know that she set herself a target to swim so many lengths within such a period of time. But today, pretty soon after she'd got in, an elderly chap was across from us in the general pool and began chatting to her. And I'm going up and down and I could see that she was stood talking to him, probably itching to get going. But after a while, she moved across out of the lane and she tried to swim a little bit just with this man talking to her as he was walking and she was swimming, but she soon gave up because she was going too fast. So eventually she just started walking too, and the two of them walked up and down the pool for a while talking. It made me think how easily it can be to get pulled off course and to get distracted from the things that we've set out to do. Paul, when he writes to the church in Galatia, says to them, "You were running a good race. Who cut in on you to keep you from obeying the truth?" The church in Galatia was doing really well, but people started getting pulled off course. People were trying to get them to go back to doing some of the things that they were doing before they knew Christ. And Paul is challenging them that it is for freedom that Christ has set them free, and they're to no longer go back to these old ways. They were running a good race, but others came in and tried to pull them off course. And that can be so easy. It can be so easy to get distracted from doing the things that God has called us to do. Sometimes by doing things which are good, but they may not be our things to do. They may not be our race. Paul also says that we're to run with perseverance the race that's marked out for us. And it's a race that only we can run. We all have unique giftings and callings, things that God has called us to do. So today, maybe you want to think, what is the race that you are running? Are there things that you know God has put on your heart that you've yet to see fulfilled? Are there maybe goals you need to set for yourself? Is there a vision that you need to be working towards? Because unless we're purposeful, unless we're motivated, it can be so easy to get distracted and come out of the lane. So a few things to think about today. Let's be those who at the end can say that we have run that good race. We've kept the faith. Have a great day.